Okay, hello everybody, how you guys doing today? It is I, Jeffrey Day, Runescapefar, welcome back. Today we're actually going to make the root beer. My mother was so kind to pick up some brown sugar. So now we got the brown sugar, we got the sugar. Let's make some root beer. Stupid Fitbit thing. Okay, so for our instructions now, we need... It looks like, we are going to need 2 cups of water. So, let's go ahead and get the 2 cups of water. I am using the YouTube app for this, so I cannot pause. There hopefully shouldn't be much pausing now, because we actually got everything we need right here and there. So let's just go ahead and fill this up with 2 cups of water. There we go, we got the 1 cup, the this bowl here. Okay. There we go. Boom. We now got 2 cups of beautiful water. Beautiful H2O. Okay. Okay, so we need to add 1 packet of root beer mix. Root beer mix, here we go. Love the smell of root beer. Oh wow, okay, that's that actually looks pretty cool there. Crap, I got some root beer mix on me. Hopefully this stuff doesn't stain hands. So water is now brown. Show you guys. So that's what our water looks like now. It actually does kind of look like root beer already, but we're not done yet. This is a very crappy stand for my camera, so it's kind of a little bit lopsided. I am sorry about that. Perfect. Okay, I think I'll just pick it up for now on. It's a lot easier. Okay, so we got that in there. So we need to add 1 packet of flavor crystals. Good to bang it against something, get all the crystals down in one spot so when you open it, it doesn't go. Okay, let's open this up. So this basically looks like the detergent powder, kind of, or like a powder of sugar. And I just dropped it in the mix. How... This video is going to start very good, I can tell you that already. Okay, I got... Luckily, a lot of the powder didn't get wet. Yeah, this video is starting off to be a good video already. Okay, so then we need 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of sugar. Since brown sugar is the stickier kind, we are actually going to put that in last. Instead, we're going to put in the 2 cups of white granulated sugar. There we go. Hopefully we have 2 cups of sugar here. 1 cup. We're going to need another bag of sugar. We had another bag somewhere in this household. I had it set out somewhere, but I think my parents actually moved it back to wherever it was, and as a short person, I have to use a chair. There it is. Ooh. The light just almost gave out on me. That would have not been good. Okie dokie, let's open up the fresh thing of sugar. See, I always hate this about sugar. When you open it, you always get the sugar that's on the side there. It's like they can't package things properly. There we go. 2 cups of delicious, pure sugar. Okay, we actually got some sugar stuck to the bottom here, so I'm going to go rinse this out so it doesn't contaminate the brown sugar. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we just need a cup of the brown sugar. So like I said, this is the more compact sugar, the sticky sugar, but it's also the one that's easily able to be measured more. I love the smell of brown sugar. There we go. And that's probably a little too much. That's the bad thing about brown sugar also is, like I said, it sticks together, it clumps up so well that it will actually make it very hard to actually measure accurately. So I do think we actually need to get rid of some of this brown sugar, so that way our measurements are more precise, with hopefully less errors. Ah, dang it. This video is just not going my way today. Okay, there we go. Got a lot of mess to clean up afterwards. So, tight area I'm working in here. Let's see, so... 2 cups of white sugar. Gently stir, dissolve, sprinkle 1 tablespoon of root beer yeast. Tap root beer yeast shut after... Or tape root beer yeast after shut. And store in a cool, dark place. Use the funnel before mixtures. Okie dokie. Jump, here we go. Nope, we gotta add the brown sugar. And of course, can't add brown sugar without everything inside the brown sugar thing causing you to splash everywhere. So let's go ahead and we are going to stir until everything is dissolved. So I can see why I said to have a spout in handy, although we don't have a spout, so it's going to be kind of interesting to get everything dissolved or poured into the bottles without making a bigger mess. Okay, don't know why this stuff doesn't like to dissolve very well. So the packets that were already exposed to the liquid that came out is kind of sticking to each other, and so like you got a big white blob on the inside of the powder, but the white outer coating kind of formed around it, which is actually kind of interesting when stuff like that happens. Ooh, yeah, that looks like delicious root beer to me. This would actually be a lot easier if I've done this before, but this is actually my first time doing this. Because I just picked this. I've seen this before at Bass Pro Shop, And I wanted to buy it, but my parents are like, no, not until you get your own money. Even after that, they say you wasted your money. Well, if I can make my own damn delicious root beer, it's not a waste of money. Okay, some of the stuff is sticking. Maybe a wooden spoon wasn't the best option, but I prefer wooden spoons, easier to clean with. And you can actually sit them inside of a boiling pot and the handle won't burn you. So I don't know how much of this stuff is actually still at the bottom. I can still kind of hear it scraping. But it does seem we do have a lot of the stuff mixed up now. I'm going to try to actually come in here and cut open some of these little sacks, the powder. So that way they'll actually dissolve better. I see that's one of the sacks right there. Guess you really can't. So it is kind of interesting here. So this is what it looks like now. Lift it up here. Okay, we still got a bunch of crap at the bottom. So let's see. Gently stir until dissolved, then sprinkle in the 1/4 teaspoons of root beer yeast. Tape root beer shut. Cool, got our place. Okay. So I think everything else, I'm just going to try to get out all these impurities in here that are just left over. But I will get a better spoon for doing that. And where are our better spoons at? Let me wash this out. Okay, so I'm going to use a medicine dropper and try to suck out all the impurities. Let's see how well this goes. Perfect. This does not look appetizing as it is right now. Okay, I think I got all the big globs out. There was only 2 major globs left. I think we're good on that. Should I hold it in there? And I just spilt it. Not really going my way today, is it? But hey, you know, you don't learn how to do things till you accidentally break open a few eggs. Or however the saying goes. So now I know how hard it is to actually make your own homemade root beer, but I made my mistakes. Now I can learn from them. If you never make mistakes, then you never learn. And now I'm very sticky. So definitely a soda now. If you touch it and you get sticky, it's a soda. Okay, so we need 1/4 teaspoon of the yeast. Got that here. Now let's try not to screw this part up. So let me just make sure I'm reading this exactly correctly. So once we just put this in there, it doesn't say we have to re-stir it. We just then have to pour it into there. which will be very interesting to try to do. And there is no tearaway, so we are going to have to make a little tiny incision. Make that incision a tad bit bigger. There we go. I'll try to get the opening here so that way we can get the yeast out. Okay, here we go. I wonder if actually any old yeast will do. This is the Red Star yeast, Premier Cuvée yeast. I don't know, Premier, I guess that means premium maybe. So we gotta sprinkle this, so... Just kind of tapping the yeast out so it covers everything. There we go. Okay, like I said, it didn't say anything about stirring the yeast in. So I'll just let that sit there for a couple seconds, clean up here real quick, and then we'll try the fun part of actually pouring this into a bottle. Maybe I should have done this where I can actually pause the video. Okay. It's always important to clean up your workstation when you're done using it, so that way you don't cross-contaminate or just make a bigger mess. Okay, so let's actually look at the carbonating bottle portion. So once we do that, place cap shape while placing hand over cap while shaking. Bottling and carbonating. Use the funnel to fill each bottle to the middle of the neck, about 2.5 from the top. If you need to pour from one bottle to the next, make sure you have an even amount in each bottle. Cap tightly. Step 1. You should have 4 bottles of flat root beer. To finish, store your bottles upright in a dark location with consensus temperatures between 68 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit. This step should take you 1 to 3 days if temperatures remain constant. Check your bottle once a day. When the bottle becomes firm to the touch, refrigerate your root beer. When your root beer becomes cold, it's ready to drink. So the most critical step in making your root beer is refrigerating at the correct time. Refrigerating too soon will result in undercarbonated root beer, but it will still taste good. Refrigerating too late will cause overcarbonation, will cause off flavors. When the carbonation is right, you should be able to push sides of the bottle a little. Hard bottled means you overcarbonated your root beer. Do not store root beer in your refrigerator longer than 4 weeks. Wow, this is very complicated, but this actually smells pretty good. So, I don't see that it came with any carbonation tablets or anything. I'm guessing that's what the yeast will do, will carbonate it. So, let's try to find a way to actually pour this delicious substance into our bottles. Okie dokie, What can we use? What can we use? So we're going to use a turkey baster. This should hopefully work. This is going to take a while. Wow, this bottle takes a lot to fill up. And we did put 2 cups of water in, like it said. So that, according to this, should fill up all of our bottles here. And we're getting halfway there. Don't know if it'll get exactly 4 bottles out. So then we gotta let it store at the temperatures of, what did it say? 68 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So basically leave them outside, or actually leave them right here, right now, for 3 days, it said? 1 to 3 days. So once I'm not able to, when I'm barely able to push on the bottle and get my bottle to go in, so like right now I could do this, so I guess if I could barely do that, then it's ready to go. Yeah. There we go. We've almost got to the halfway point. So I'm going to fill up to about right here. Yeah, I know you're probably all laughing at me for this, but hey, it's my first time doing this. Nobody nails it on their first try. Unless you've actually taken classes or actually know what you're doing. You don't have to rely on instructions. Yeah, there's no way in hell that we are actually going to get 4 bottles out of this mixture. Unless we gotta repeat the steps. Okay, I think that is actually good enough. So I'm gonna try to get 2 bottles possibly out of this mixture. Okay, so we're gonna put the cap on. There we go. Okay, we got the cap on there. Try to clean my hands off all the sticky soda. Okay. So we got the first bottle filled up. So you need to pour from one bottle to the next. Make sure you have an even amount on each bottle. Cap tightly. Using the caps you assembled in step 1. You should now have 4 bottles of flat root beer to finish. Store your bottle upright in a dark room consistency. But I said I had to shake the bottle. Using the funnel, pour the mixture into the gallon container. Okay, so that would have actually probably been a lot easier to pour in here. I will note that when I finish making the rest of the bottles. Using this funnel, pour the mixture in the gallon. Replace the cap, shake well. Okay, so now I got 2 store upright for 1 to 3 days. We'll see how that goes in 3 days. I'll make an update video where we'll actually test our homemade root beer. So until then, please subscribe, leave comments, and as always, have a nice day. Live, love, and game on. Peace.